Mr. By the Mile. Glad to have you on my channel. I know we've gone live together quite a few times on yours, and it's been long awaited to finally have you on my channel. And this is my good friend. He lives in California. We had been friends since I was a truck driver in the US. He makes a lot of content related to truck driving in the United States and working union jobs. So definitely subscribe to his channel if you're interested in that sort of information. He is going to be heading in the direction of travel. So he's going to be heading out to Russia, meeting me out here, heading to some different cities. We're going to be making some more content together on that, and he'll still be doing his trucking related content. And если ты смотришь из России, подписывайтесь на его канал. Этот контент из жизни водителей грузовика в США. И он скоро будет в России.
Glad to be here, brother. It is an honor to be on here again with you. And for any of my viewers who have followed me over here and are watching Marcelo and I, American Sputnik, live for the first time, he is one of my best friends for the last 5 years now. I first met Marcelo. He reached out to me because he was trying to obtain union employment. Smart man. And I really respect him because not only is he an Army combat veteran, but he sees this world for exactly what it is. And without going into too much detail on personal conversations that we've had, um, Marcelo, like many, many other veterans out there, they all see things the same way, it seems. And I have a lot of respect for you, bro. And I'm really happy to
Thank you.
be live here with you. And it's awesome to see like how much you've grown.
Thank you.
Um, 9,000 subscribers, bro. That is awesome. You did it in less than a couple of months. Like you
Yeah, man.
skyrocketed to 7,000 subscribers in a month. And it's exciting to see, bro. And I can't wait to get out there in Russia with you.
Yeah, you've been in my corner since the beginning. I hit you up in like April when I was in Kyrgyzstan, and I was telling you I want to start a content, do some travel stuff. You were all for it. You backed
Yeah.
me up. You were the first person to start promoting my channel. Probably some of my earliest subscribers came from your channel, so I really appreciate that. And I can't wait till you come out here, start pushing content. So I would highly recommend anyone definitely subscribe to his channel. So yeah, he does make a lot of informational content about trucking in the United States. Он водитель грузовика, это ему контент. Подпишитесь, подпиш, подпишитесь на его канал, пожалуйста. Sorry, sometimes my Russian is broken. I'm tired.
Bro, you blew me away the first time that I heard you speak Russian. You sound like straight up a Russian, like straight up, like you do. Um, and it's awesome to see because, like, how old are you again, Marcelo?
I'm 30.
Bro, like, and you've been this way for the last, what, when did you start learning Russian?
5 years ago. 5
Man,
лет
so
назад.
you were 25. Like how many 25-year-olds are out there traveling around and have seen all the things that you've seen? Like as life and time go on, you're going to have so much even so much more than you do now to offer people on this platform. People are going to learn a lot. They're going to be informed. And that's exactly why I do what I do. I had started my channel to hold me accountable when it came to truck driving because, like, as you know, you were a truck driver here in the United States of America. And you see, bro, all the stuff that we go through as truck drivers, there is so much damn responsibility. And people take a big risk by filming themselves working. Like there are so many things that can derail you. I mean, you've seen people who don't like me on my channel try to get me fired before. And it's like, then you have the road to deal with and DOT stations. So it's like, you know, there's there's definitely a lot of risk involved when it comes to truck driving. And like
Uh,
you've seen that firsthand. And Marcelo and I used to talk all the time, and he would ask me questions. And if I didn't know answers to those questions, I would get the answers for him. It's been a walk in the park, driving through where you were driving in Colorado. It's cold.
yeah.
It's cold. And it might not be Siberia cold or Russia cold, But
Yeah.
working in and out of that truck, bro, like over time, it will destroy your knees. And me over here working in LTL, like, yeah, I don't have to do the same thing, but let me tell you, bro, like with the injuries that I had, the shoulder surgery that I had to go through, um, and then it ended up messing up my neck as well. But the constant bouncing around and 400 miles, 500 miles a day, I mean, it wears on you. And doing that for 30 plus years that I know some of these other guys have done is crazy. And to bring that reality to light for these youngsters is important, because I always tell them, make sure that you have your side hustle, but make sure that you put your career first. If the side hustle takes off, by all means go through with it and make sure that you're vested in a pension first before you leave your career to go and start your new career in social media. So that's kind of one of the things that I push. I don't really encourage people to go like full-fledged hardcore into social media. And once you become vested, is always is I mean, it's foolproof, because I think over here, as far as the Western agreement in our pension, we're basically guaranteed a pension until the day that we pass away. People from my generation. Oh, we got Ruben Sosa in the chat, man. Awesome, guys. Ruben Sosa is probably going to be coming out as well to Russia. He's a um, really talented man. Actually, I met Ruben shortly before I met you, Marcelo.
Yeah,
Right
your
when I,
music's awesome, man. I've definitely been hearing it a lot.
yeah, I, that song, Ya no vuelves, dude, that thing slaps. It sounds like I'm listening to Bad Bunny, but obviously a different sound. And my personal opinion, I think this dude's going to be just as big, if not bigger, than Bad Bunny, because I mean he's got some range. He's got that classic Mexican style, and then he's got that new age stuff that everyone our age wants to listen to. So thanks for being in the chat, Ruben.
Hey, we got one question from Roy. He's asking if there's, well, he's saying he wants to watch later if there's a translation. Do you have Russian subtitles in your channel at all?
You know what? Now that I'm going to start having a Russian viewer base, I think that I'm going to start editing my channel to automatically put those in there. And I might need your help for that. I don't think I know how to do that. I've seen things pop up to be able to do that, but I want to make sure I do it right. So I'm definitely going to need you to guide me on that, Marcelo.
Окей. Потому что я знаю, много людей думают, интересно, ну, как люди работают, водить у грузовика США. Твой контент может быть интересно для людей в России посмотреть. So I basically said that it's very interesting for a lot of people here to watch, how it is maybe truck driving life over there, compared to it is here. A lot of people think that's interesting subject. So I think your content is definitely ideal for a lot of my Russian subscribers.
That makes me happy. It's funny that, first of all, tell him, how do you say thank you in Russian?
Спасибо.
Spasiba?
But someone just said привет. No, somebody was just asking, someone named Roy, привет, посмотрю позже. Uh, s- uh, Передом, если транслация сохранится. So yeah, he'll save it for later if there's a translation. So yeah, we'll work on that. Да, да, он будет субтитул позже. Я ему
Tell him,
помогу.
tell him thank you for coming to check me out. That I appreciate it.
Он спасибо сказал. Um, so I'm gonna start asking you some questions. So talk a little bit about your channel to my
Mhm.
subscribers.
Sure. So my channel is I started my channel originally to get rich, like everybody else. And as time went on, a couple of months, I started seeing that, hey man, like people are actually watching. I never expected people, right, to watch me. And then when I started seeing, especially how high and how far you can really kick off this whole blue collar work thing and filming everything. I was like, dude, maybe I can really make some type of a difference in in people's lives and help them, with their careers in taking a more positive direction in their life, because I come from a past of, not super duper rough. I made things more harder on myself than anything else. I've had a lot of the same struggles that a lot of other people have had, but if I had stayed on that path, I'd be a loser today for sure. So I just try to be the best social influence I possibly can for people who, because everybody's on social media, they're going to come across all sorts of things, propaganda, things like that. So I'm hoping that I can be like the ray of sunshine, like you're being, Marcelo, for people to, especially youngsters, to have somebody to look up to. Um, I was raised by my dad doing martial arts, and I got a black belt at a young age, and I started teaching martial arts to people of all ages, even to people who could naturally probably kick my butt. But martial arts is all about inward radiates outward, right? So it's all about knowing how to defend yourself, number one, of course, but also to promote peace. That's what martial arts is for. It's like carrying a gun. Like if people know that you're armed, they're far less likely to pull a gun on you, right? Kind of the same idea. That's what martial arts is all about. So for me, my channel is all about being a good example to our youth, to create a stronger generation that is going to come and take the reins so that they can see through all the BS. You and I, Marcelo, we have this is a history book right here. And the only way that this history book can go away is if they take YouTube off, right? So people, my kids, your newborn son is going to grow up. They're going to be watching our videos. They're going to see everything that we talked about when it comes to the government, you know, wages, what everybody's making right now in Russia and the United States, in the places that we're going to be traveling soon. So my channel is about my kids now. That's what it's evolved into. I want them to have something to carry on after I'm gone. They're always going to have advice to look back on and be like, what would my dad do in this situation? Like, so whenever I'm going through a difficult time, I post on it and I talk about it. And you know how I'm always talking about relationships. So on my channel, I cover blue collar, right? Truck driving mostly, but I also talk about like the railroad and just the transportation industry in general. So I'm going to be interviewing actually my wife's friend Jasmine, who is she's going to become an airline flight attendant. She's going to
Oh,
be doing
nice.
that. So she's going to be seeing a lot of stuff, and we're going to be able to talk to her and kind of get her view on the world, right? So that on my channel, people can kind of come to my channel, to your channel, and piece together like what's really going on in the world. What are we actually seeing with our eyes? Because the 1 year of over the road truck driving that I did, I wanted to leave California, and everything on social media tells you to leave California, that it's too expensive. But you really do get what you pay for here. And I would never leave California to go to any other state, maybe except for Arizona, if anywhere else. Maybe Montana, but it is really dang cold there. But if I was to leave, man, I would definitely still have my house here, like you do back in Colorado. Smart. And then go to a completely different country for sure. Would it be Russia? Maybe so. Would it be anywhere else in Europe? Maybe so. Don't know yet. But my channel is primarily centered now on more traveling and talking to blue collar workers.
Sweet.
Because blue collar workers, man, they see what goes on. They know when freight slows down, when it's picking up, because we're getting to the point where we are building their utopia for them. The deciders, that rage against the machine used to say, the deciders make you do what the deciders have decided you must do. I mean, there's a lot of truth in that. And as we continue to build their society, there starts becoming less and less work, right? And blue collar men and women, are kind of starting to get phased out. I've been seeing it with my own eyes. How far are we from um, you know, going totally automated? I'm not sure. There's a lot of automation going around. I know the company that I'm driving for right now is they have a Tesla already and it can drive itself, but there is somebody in the cab. So that's cool. And as far as I know, we only have one. So things are going to be changing, and channels like mine, channels like yours are going to give people a good feel for exactly what's going on in Russia, and exactly what's going on in the United States. Um, and then, you know, I see
Well,
the
yeah, my
railroad
channel,
every day.
I,
So
I show
that's
my daily life here in Russia, and that's it. You know, I go out, I film things that look interesting, and that's it. And I just like the people in the West to see what I see because they see what they see on TV, and that's it. What the Western media wants to push to them, what they want them to believe Russia is. I just want them to show I'm just an American guy, a veteran on top that left everything behind to come live here because I have a great family, have my son here, raise him here, show my daily life, show that Russia's a good country, the people are great, and
yup,
things are a lot different here than what they perceive it to be on television back home. And, you
man.
know, I don't have to
Yeah,
get political to show that Russia's a good place, and that's my goal of
right.
my channel because I'm against talking about politics. You know, I don't need to. All I got to do is walk outside, and you will see a black and white difference on what I show compared to what they show on television there. I don't even have to say any narrative behind that. My footage is enough to show that you're being probably misled over there by watching television, and you know you're seeing me living my normal life here with my family,
Yup.
and you know hanging out with friends and traveling to nice places and meeting awesome people and trying good food. So, you know that
You've
is the
totally
main
changed
purpose
my
of the channel.
views. Absolutely. And you've totally changed my views when it's come to Russia because I mean, I always knew that Russia was a cool place, and that's really all I had in my head. And now that I know what things cost and I know um how they see immigration, like it's about as conservative as you can get, and that blew me away when I first saw the proof of that. And I kind of gave you a long answer about what my channel's about, but basically my channel is all about being a guidebook for my children. Number one. Number two is to help people that are coming up on social media to become famous, like Ruben Sosa. Um, and then number three is to travel. I want to travel and meet new people. So this is slowly evolving into a travel channel. Um, and I don't think that we really have a good like idea of what's really going on in the world until we go and put eyes and boots on the ground for ourselves. So, like, I plan to pretty much go as many places as I can in the Middle East, Russia, Europe, Australia,
You
Africa,
can stop in
South
Istanbul
America.
on
I
your way
want to
out
go
here.
everywhere. I just want to live out there. Eventually, I'm going to put my house. Oh, and that's the other thing. That's number four is bring people on the journey to what it's like owning a home in the United States of America. I live here in Apple Valley, which is like 45 minutes from Big Bear, and it's like 30 minutes from Silverwood Lake. So we love to go down to the lake and have a good time. So whenever you guys make your way over here, we'll have a good time in either one of those places. And you know exactly, I'm sure, what those places are like already. We'll have a lot of
How far are
fun.
you from Los
It's nice and
Angeles?
close. 80 miles.
80 miles. Okay.
80 miles. And
And
where I grew
Las
up, I
Las
grew up
Vegas
in
just
a
a couple hours too, right?
yeah, yeah, to my north. Yeah, up right up to 15. I'm like 8 miles off the freeway, off the 15. And then from there, yeah, Vegas is only like a couple of hours. Um, and the beach is like literally like 90 miles, right, to Long Beach. I haven't been to the beach in a minute. I think the last time I went was for my wife's friend's birthday. We had a blast, dude. Like I miss the beach. When I lived closer, I used to go to the beach like every weekend. Long Beach, all up PCH, man, everywhere over there. But that water over there in Russia looks awesome. I can't wait to go to that lake and then check out that
Yeah,
river. What's it called? The
we
Volga?
got the Volga, we got the Kama. there's a bunch of rivers all around. You got the Black Sea in Sochi, Pacific Ocean. You got in
Yeah.
Vladivostok. You have the Baltic Sea. And you got a massive country, all kinds of sea here. So another question I do have, I will answer a couple questions here. So we got PRG last year's in Russia, roads much better than before. In USA, roads bad in Democrat states. Yeah, I mean, in Colorado, where I was last living, the roads are not that great here. If you watch my last video, I'm sure you saw that new highway they built in like such a short period of time. The roads here in Kazan, it snows way more here than it does in Colorado, and the roads are much more well kept. But I can't say that for every city in Russia that, everything can be a little bit different. And then we got good friend Quentin Smooth, that's a buddy I grew up with. What up, man? I've known him like since I was like 10 years old.
What's his
And then
name?
sober, Quentin Smooth. He's also a veteran. Ага, Марчел, здравствуйте, можешь по-английски отвечать? Я понимаю, хорошо, брат. um, Make sure you subscribe to my friend's channel, Mr. By the Mile, if you have not already. But we're about 20 minutes into this live stream. Если ты смотришь из России, uh, подпишитесь на его канал, uh, пожалуйста. Sorry for my mispronunciation, my friends. Я
No, dude,
также,
that's awesome. Better than what I
я
could do, that's for sure.
также Атлантический и Северный океан. Круто. Sober 347. So another question for you. So what cities do you plan on seeing on your way out here to Russia? Uh, as far as the visa, have you already started the process? Do you have any questions about the visa process?
I got a lot of questions about the visa process. I remember we talked about this before, and it sounds like it's going to take a little time. So I'm planning to come out there for the summer of 2026. So I'm probably going to have to start on things, what, like in February?
Uh-huh.
Like, how long
Yeah,
is it going to take me?
so once you submit everything, it'll probably take you anywhere 3 to 4 weeks. It could take longer depending on the wait, but there's that place I sent you in Los Angeles. They'll give you all the information you need, and you submit it with your passport. And when I originally did it with them, it took me 3 weeks. So give or take, it'll be around that amount of time, and you'll have a 3-year multiple entry visa. Excuse me. I don't know the prices right now. Oh, thank you, Norma. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Did you get a super
Um,
chat?
I did.
Hey, that's
Very awesome.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sweet. Nice.
S- So yeah, dude, that'll take you
Man,
some time, like 3 to 4 weeks, give or take. But yeah, you'll have a 3-year multiple entry visa. I don't know the prices right now. I think they're anywhere from like $500 to $600, but I mean they
mhm.
could have gone up. I'd have to check on their website, but yeah, it is a pretty easy process. They are still giving visas to American citizens right now. Just fill out all your information the right and correctly, and you'll get your visa and be able to come out here. Is multiple entries for 3 years and be able to come out here as much as you want and see all kinds of different cities. What cities do you have on your list, and how long do you plan to stay out here when you come to Russia?
When I come out there, dude, I want to stay a month. Realistically, am I going to be able to do that? Probably not. It's going to probably be something more like a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks, literally 14 days. Just depends with how things go with work. Um, maybe something will happen where I'll be able to take more time off. I believe, yeah, because I've got like only 2 weeks of vacation, but I do have a lot of like PLD, so paid leave days. So I know I'll be able to take those. With the PLDs, I think we get 10 at a time. So 10 days plus 7 days. I mean, maybe I could stretch it out to 17 days or something like that, is kind of what it's sounding like. Um, I want to go. When you were telling me about Istanbul, guys, Marcella was telling me about Istanbul and the Black Sea. So I kind of want to navigate around that area, talk to people there, and I want to go up to you're in Kazan. I want to go to Kazakhstan. I want to go to Moscow, and I want to go to St. Petersburg. I know that I
Okay.
think St. Petersburg is like a little northeast, right, of Moscow.
Yes, north of Moscow. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go check that out. And about how far is it from Moscow?
I don't know by flight, but it's like a 12-hour night train ride. I think there's like a 3-hour fast train. I had went there from St. Petersburg to Moscow one time. I took the night train. It was like 12 hours and we slept on the train and we were in Moscow by morning. And
Nice.
then from Kazan to St. Petersburg, I think it was like a 2-hour flight. So yeah,
How
I
was the
mean,
train
that's a
ride?
awesome. I recommend taking the train in Russia. It's definitely all part of the experience. It's, if you're going to come to Russia, don't miss out on taking the train, especially one of the sleeper trains. I recently took one from Yekaterinburg to Kazan when I came here in May. So
Hmm.
that was definitely a good time, and yeah, it's very awesome just to chill on the train, have some tea or, have some vodka maybe, meet some
Yeah.
people, go watch the Russian countryside pass by, the beautiful churches and villages and forest, and, it's all part of the experience. I highly recommend taking the train through Russia. It's definitely some my favorite way of traveling through here.
Everywhere I go, I definitely want to have you with me. I don't really want to go anywhere on my own. I think for my
Yeah,
first
dude, you'll
venture
be
out,
fine.
I was talking to my wife and I'm going to go alone first.
Okay.
Then when I come out to Russia again, I'm going to have my wife come along and hopefully my daughter and my two boys, but I'm not sure how we're going to be money wise. It just depends, but I really want my kids to travel, so hopefully when it comes to money, I'll be able to bring all the kids as well. And then your wife, my wife, my kids, they can meet your newborn son and have a good time cuz my daughter, she's 9 years old. She loves babies. Like she's a little weirdo. She loves babies. So when I told her about you and going to Russia and stuff, and I'm like, he just had a baby boy. She's like, he did? Can I meet him? And I'm like, yeah, you'll get to one day. She loves babies.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, my wife is watching him right now. He's growing super fast, and yeah, he's a little over 3 months now.
That is
Mikhail.
awesome.
So
Mikhail.
yeah,
I love his name.
Russia is the ideal place to raise a family, and I definitely am glad that he was born here. I could have had my son born in any country in the world, and I chose Russia. I could have stayed in the U.S. I had a house there, I had the car and job and everything. I could have went to any other country than that, but I chose Russia. I think this is the best place. We have great family around us. This is a great country.
Yep.
Everything here is ideal for me. So I'm very
Yeah.
proud to say that my son was born in this wonderful country.
I think that you made a good move, bro, because over here it's expensive and over there you get more time with your family and less time um to dedicate your time to some job, Like I think you made the right move and there's a CIA agent, I'm sure Andre Bustamante.
I
He's not
don't
raising
know.
his kids in the United States. I think he's going forgot where he said he's going, but I think it's somewhere close to Russia if I remember right, or it might have been somewhere in South America. I need a fact check on that. But I mean, you know, a lot of people are doing it. And now like it's crazy to see because like you told me you're seeing a lot of Americans come to Russia and they're seeing that
Yeah.
immigration, they take it seriously just like they do in Sweden and most other places in Europe. And we see what, man, dude, it's crazy to see how they're trying to change things in our country. These immigrants, these Democrats are trying to let them vote. I mean, I don't want to get too political, but
No. I could say one
and
thing, man. I am an immigrant in this country, and my father is an immigrant in the US, and a lot of my wife was an immigrant in the US. As long as you're doing things the legal way and you're a guest during that time up until you become a citizen and act as a guest accordingly. You're a guest in someone's house, you're going to make the bed, you're going to keep things clean and orderly. You're not going to go throw trash on the street, you're not going to go get in a bar fight, you're not going to get in trouble. You're going to act as a guest until you earn citizenship of that country respectfully. That's how it should be. If you're an illegal immigrant, for one, or an immigrant in general, you shouldn't be going around talking things about a government or doing bad things on the street or getting in fights or anything like that. So that's
Yeah.
how it is here. I'm an immigrant here. I'm going through the process, the legal process of being an immigrant. I do understand what it's like to be an immigrant. A lot of people who come from America don't they want to come to Russia, but they don't really understand that right now it is very difficult, especially, with, exchanging money and different things like that. There's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of difficulties like with that, and especially if you don't have a Russian wife, I speak Russian, but I don't speak to the level to understand a lot of things. So there's times where, I do rely on her for a lot of things like that. Some families are coming here where it's just they're both Americans and they don't know what they're doing. They end up getting scammed. They end up in bad situations. So it is pretty difficult thing. So yeah, I
Yeah.
would, and another
You've
thing is
been
a lot of
through a
these
lot
people
of
come
stuff.
and they come here and they call themselves like, I don't know, they call themselves expats or something like that, which, honestly, if you come to another country, you are an immigrant. There's no such word as that. You're an immigrant.
Right. Right. And you've got the people that come over here to the United States of America. I mean, we all wish that they had the same attitude as you, the same attitude as these legal immigrants that are working here. Feel like these illegal immigrants are just, yeah, they're painting a bad picture for everybody, and it's counterproductive to what they're trying to accomplish. Like we encourage immigration, legal immigration. We encourage you to come here and work and live the life that
Tip
it is that you
Tipkin,
want.
he just wrote something I agree with. Act as a guest, but also integrate into the culture and adopt it. Don't bring the culture you left with. I 100% agree, man. That's exactly
Yep.
yes, because a lot of
Yep.
people ask me, a lot of other Russians ask me, "Do you have like other American or English speaking friends?" And I said, "No, I don't. I only hang out with Russians here. I hang out with some Tatars and Russians. I only want to speak Russian. I don't want to speak English. I only want to be hanging out with Russian people and I want to learn Russian and I want to be a member of this society because I'm here. If I hang around a bunch of Americans or Canadians all day, I'm never going to understand this culture. I'm never going to know the language correctly. And
Yeah.
I'm never going to progress in this country. And then my father immigrated from Argentina to the United States. He only spoke Spanish. And he told me, I said, I'm not going to hang out with the Mexican kids at school. I'm not going to hang out with the Venezuelans or other Argentinians. I want to hang out with the Americans because I want to learn English. I'm in this country. I
Mhm.
want to learn that language and progress. And I think that's the right way to go about it. If you're in another country, learn the language, be a part of that culture, and focus on that. Now, do I have anything against with hanging out with other Americans? Of course, if I meet one, I'll be cool with them to say hi and stuff. But
Yeah.
personally, I try to make it a point to surround myself with the Russian language because I really want to get better at it and improve.
Exactly. Exactly. And you've always had the right idea from a young age, man, and that's what puts you ahead in life. And let's just hope that everybody else can start adopting the same idea, because what's going on in the United States of America is a culture shock for all of these immigrants. It's a huge shock. I mean, we have tons of children living here where their parents aren't legal, and now their parents are getting sent back to whence they came from, and they're shocked. And if we had been enforcing legal immigration the way we're supposed to have been enforcing it, these people wouldn't be suffering right now. So that is 100% the government of the United States of America's fault. And one thing that I want to make clear to every Russian watching this right now is, do not associate the people of the United States of America, the American patriots, the people, with our government. Our government has done disgusting things like every other government in this world. Governments want to maintain, especially the United States wants to maintain their position as a superpower. We all know that. Whoever's on top wants to remain on top. Um, and sure, you can understand that, but they've gone about it some pretty effed up ways, is how I'm gonna leave that at without going into too much detail. So, States of America, everyone who I've talked to when it's come to Russia, nothing but positive things, to be said. Um, as far as the citizens, right? Like, especially my family members, when it comes to travel, like we we really view you guys in a positive way. So
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, my channel, no politics whatsoever. And yeah, dude, I enjoy it here. It is sad with what happened over the years back with the immigration issues back in the US. It is
Yeah,
something that they're working on, but I do compare a lot of what's going on over there to just how I act as an immigrant in this country. And then I watch Facebook and see what's going on there, and it's just like, man, imagine if I were to act like that, I'd probably not be in a pretty good situation. So yeah,
yeah,
it's
I know.
definitely. But
You
you coming out here is something I
gonna
look
be
forward
fun.
to. I think you're gonna see a whole new perspective. I think a lot of the people in this chat would be excited to see your perspective and your travel content that you're gonna make out here because
Yeah,
obviously you've just kind of seen more about here from my channel, but when you come here, like I had told you recently, I kind of came up with this theory that I noticed when Americans come to Russia, there's like this effect that happens that like you start to see that I always had this idea of this place because of what I saw on the media there, and then when you get here, it's something completely different than you thought. You just fall in love with everything here, and you like really enjoy it. You really end up having a really good time, and you don't want to leave. You
man,
actually
dude.
get
Yeah,
sad
because
when you get on the
I
plane back
enjoy
home.
watching all your videos, dude. Like, especially the ones that you make with what's the name of that Russian restaurant that looks like McDonald's?
Вкусная точка.
That dude, the food looks 10 times healthier what you were eating. It
Yeah, I
like it
wouldn't
just
say it's
looks
all that
healthier.
healthy, but compared to the US, yeah, I think there's a little less bad stuff in it for sure,
Yeah,
dude.
that
I mean,
and then
you
the homes, the smart homes, kind of similar
oh
to
yeah,
like to what uh Elon Musk is kind of doing here. He's starting like this I think like for 7,900 bucks or like 8 grand, he's making like these little smart homes, but they're tiny. They're like probably as like probably no bigger than my back house. I think maybe my back house might be a little bit bigger than one of those. And the
wow.
ones in Russia are huge. Like they're
Yeah.
huge. And they're
Well, I
lined
didn't
up
even
all
go
along that street.
I didn't even go far into that neighborhood. It was, like, really secure that gate, and I didn't wanna, like, get that area was opened up, but, like, I probably coulda asked the front office, but I just didn't want to. I was like, "Yeah, they might be weird that I'm, like, filming," so, like, I just went to the area that was open
That's
and
in
filmed, but
Kazan?
that neighborhood is massive. It's outside of Kazan. It's, like, 25,
Oh,
30 minutes from the city. It's actually near our dacha, not far from there, so that's a very cool
so
neighborhood. And
I want to
those
go
type of
there.
videos are the type of stuff I want to show people because most Americans would never believe there are such things. Most Americans think that people are, living, working. People are commenting every day is like, oh, although they have nice houses, but the only work is factory work. Just nonsense propaganda they watch on TV, or everyone's living in poverty. And but you're showing these houses, but
Yeah,
do anyone even live in them? It's just like people are so like they watch so much Western media about Russia that they like
yeah,
can't even they actually get offended that I show good things about Russia. And it's actually kind of sad to see that people can get that brainwashed by something. And then when I show a video, they get upset that it's not the narrative that they were told because I show normal life here and things are completely normal here. Russia's a great country. And yeah, a lot of
yep.
Americans seem to get very offended that it's not what they were hoping to see, unfortunately. So yeah, that's the whole
I
point of my
used to
channel.
think I, I used to think the same things, dude, until I started watching you. And then I started seeing like damn, they're showing us you're right. They show us a whole different thing over here. When I go over there, I really want to see those homes. And how much are those homes, Marcelo, in American, like in dollars?
I don't remember. I think what some of them were going for like 10 or 15 million ruble. I couldn't remember it right off the top of my head. I think around
10 or
10 or 50
15
million
million?
rubles. So probably around 150 grand, $130,000 for one of those. So
Wow.
yeah, that's a pretty
How
new
many square
development.
feet? How many square feet and how much land do you think like uh is one of those properties? Like with the yard included, like the land space, just on one of
I
them.
don't I honestly don't know. I would have to think.
It looked big, dude.
Definitely, like,
It looked
probably
big.
Probably like 1,500 well, I would say what? Yeah, probably like
Probably, yeah,
1,500, maybe 2,000 square feet. I don't know about the land.
yeah.
Because it's in a different measurement here. I just kind of walked through there. I was actually my first time walking through there and just like filming it
Dude,
because I
the
thought
the
it'd be
yard
cool.
space the yard space looked really decent, and dude, for 150 grand, like I'm thinking about buying a house over there now. Ever since you showed that, I'm thinking about, possibly in the future, like near future, is buying a place there. That'd be awesome. A little vacation home over there and go and hang out with you like once a year or something for like a few weeks. That would be
Yeah, I
cool.
want to get a place eventually. I yeah, I somewhere in Kazan. I love Kazan. I think it's the perfect city for us just because of our family being around. I had
Yeah,
thought about it and I think Moscow's a great city. I think St. Petersburg's an amazing city, but
I can't wait to
being a
see it.
family man, I think Kazan for me is ideal for a family because it's not like it's a big city. It's got a huge population, a lot of things to do, but it's not as crowded as those two cities. So I think it's just kind of more laid back vibe for family, but it still has all the stuff you would need for as one of those big cities would have, and it's just super nice and clean. So I think Kazan is just the ideal place for me. I love it here.
And Mater, I got Mater over here from my channel says I like watching videos about Russia. Yeah, he's
Thank you.
every time I've gone live with you, he's always commented, and I know he's been watching your videos. I think I've seen a few of his comments in your videos already. And man, that's cool, man, that there's American viewers over here that are watching that, because people need to start like opening their minds up, and people are so like caught up working here that they're not able to travel unless you know, you got yourself a really good job. Everything's so dang expensive here. Everybody's
Well,
like
you know what
too
most
busy
people don't
working instead of
believe?
traveling.
Most Russians can't believe when I say that the average vacation time a year for a job in the US is 1 week. Here it's 30, it's 28 days, I think 30 days. That's like the average here. In the US, it's
Yeah,
1 week. If you're lucky, you get a
man,
2-week vacation paid a year. So
man,
yeah,
yeah,
the
like
Russians are always traveling more. Russians are always going to Turkey. They're going to Thailand, and they're always going to India, different countries. Americans hardly ever leave the United States. It's just because vacation time is terrible.
yeah, like for me, it's when it comes to these union jobs, union careers, like you get 1 week of vacation your first year, and then you get 2 weeks of vacation your second year, then you get 3 weeks of vacation your sixth year, and you don't get 6 weeks until you hit anywhere between 15 to 23 years. Like, what the heck is that? Like, yeah, we have um like a bunch of sick days now. Like, I think we have like, I don't know, what is it now? At first we had that CV-19 thing, but that's gone. So in total time off that you can take plus uh what's that called? Personal leave.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
think
took last
it's
year.
like, but the paid personal leave thing, not the personal leave of absence, but the actual paid one. I think they call them personal holidays or something like that. When you total all of that, your first like year two, you've got almost a month of vacation. I think it comes out to like 3.5 weeks in total. But then you've exhausted everything. And usually when you work, like you put in 40 hours and then they give you like, 8 hours of time off paid,
Yeah.
you know? Like some union places don't do that. Like mine doesn't. Once I use my sick, like it's gone. Like I can't accrue it again. That's the only thing I don't like. Non-union places, they do let you accrue time off, but it's ridiculous. Like you're only getting like 2 days a month. What's that? Two times two is four. Two it's like 24 days that you get in a whole year. That's not enough.
Nah, yeah,
That's
union
not
jobs
enough.
give you the opportunity to, get more time off. If it wasn't for me working at a union job, I wouldn't have been able to come out to Russia last year and do as much as I needed to do in regards with getting my temporary residency, spend time with my family, take care of it, and have a guaranteed job when I came back to the United States and be able to renovate my house, do all that, and wrap up and come back to Russia for good. So union jobs are the way to go, over there. But yeah, no, yeah, over
Yeah.
here. people are always get a lot more vacation time in the US. I would definitely agree. If you are from Russia, you are interested in hearing that type of content, that is definitely what Mr. By the Miles channel is about. Please be sure to subscribe to his channel if you have not already. We're already about 45 minutes into it. This is American Sputnik. I hope you guys are enjoying this live stream. So
Absolutely,
yeah,
man.
dude,
Yeah,
I I think that about wraps it up because my son, I could hear him crying here in the background. So I think my wife's gonna need my help here in a moment.
go take care of them.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad to have you on anytime, dude. We'll go live again here pretty soon. And
Yep.
again, guys, please subscribe to his channel, Mr. By the Mile. But
Thank you all
for
for
now,
watching,
guys,
Mr. Bottom out here.
yep, that's it done, you.